Hey gamers, this is Mr. MD Gamer. I'm here to do my first set of videos for Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is a walkthrough, and I'm going to show you how to get 4 different achievements. The first one is going to be the Legend achievement for beating the game on the hardest difficulty. The second one is going to be the Pacifist achievement for getting through the game without killing anyone. The third one will be the Foxiest of the Hound achievement, which is to go through the game without setting off any alarms. And the fourth one, as an added bonus, will be the Doctorate achievement to show you where to find and collect all 29 unique ebooks scattered throughout the game. I figured that this is one set of these are the Foxiest of the Hounds and the Pacifist are 2 achievements that people have had a lot of trouble with and a lot of questions about. From what I've read on the forums, what I've looked online, it seems to be giving people a lot of difficulties. So I thought I'd do this walkthrough as a way to guide people into how to get that, what to look for, what not to look for, some of the ways you can break that. And because one of the unfortunate things about this achievement is there's really no indicator for whether or not you killed a guard or whether or not, I mean, well, there is, but it's sometimes can be very difficult to tell, did I set off alarm, which guards did I kill, which guards didn't I kill, and how do I get through it? I mean, if I can't, if I want to go through the game without killing anyone, without even touching a guard, how do I do that? So I thought I'd do this walkthrough as a way to help guide people through that. The other reason is, I had a lot of fun with this game. I think this has definitely been one of the most refreshing and enjoyable experiences I've had this year. And so I kind of wanted to play through this game again, and seeing those achievements definitely felt like a challenge to me. And so I wanted to try that out. So, this walkthrough is really mainly for you guys, anyone who's been having trouble, but it's also kind of for me, just gives me an excuse to get back into this game, which I've had a lot of fun playing. But anyway, I kind of, if you notice, like as soon as you get that weapon, I just holster it. I mean, there's really no need to bring it out. And during this section, what you'll notice is that some of these guards are going to come down, and you can just rush right over to this side, and then once they pass by, you can just kind of sneak by through them. There are a few things that I'm going to point out as these videos go forward. Little tips and little ways, pitfalls that a lot of people have been having, and a lot of questions that people have been having, specifically in terms of weapons, in terms of what constitutes a kill, what doesn't constitute a kill, what constitutes setting off an alarm, and what doesn't. To make it simple, for the Foxiest of the Hound achievements, that's one that's been actually giving people a lot of confusion, simply in terms of what does it mean, what do you have to do to get it. And the way it works, from my understanding, is that there are certain missions in the game in which you can get a bonus called a Smooth Operator bonus. Now that bonus unlocks when you get through that entire mission without setting off any alarms. And it's not on every mission. It's only usually on the main missions, but even on the main missions, it might not be on all of them. And if you manage to go through the game getting all Smooth Operator bonuses, then you can get the Foxiest of the Hound achievement. Now, I'm kind of recording through these walkthroughs as I'm playing through the game, and as I'm reading the guides. So, from my understanding and what I read, at least on the guides, that's how it works. And again, if there's any other things to amend or add to that, I'm sure I'll do my best to do that. But so far, up until the point that I've recorded these videos, I haven't set off any alarms at all. So, regardless of where I go, so following this guide should be a pretty good for people if you want to know. I mean, if you follow this guide, basically, you can get through most of these areas you can get through all the areas actually without setting off any alarms. There are a few other things that I want to point out. Mainly, I'm going to go through this game without doing too many side missions. I do a few of them as possible. The reason for that is that a lot of the side missions, well, not a lot, but some of the side missions require you to eliminate certain targets or take people out. And even if you do use, a stun gun or tranq rifle to do that, you always run the risk of still killing your target. And this has kind of been another really big point of confusion for a lot of people, which is, they use either the tranq rifle or they use the stun gun, and then they wonder why an enemy, or they go through the game using that weapon, and they wonder why they didn't get the achievement at the end. Simply put, even the tranquilizer rifle, and this is actually pretty impressive on the developers' part, but they say their reasoning behind this, I should say, is that even a rifle, even if it is a tranq rifle, a dart coming at you and hitting you in the head can still kill you. So there are situations in which even if you use a tranquilizer rifle, you still have there's still the possibility of eliminating a target. So when you play through this game, you really have to not touch anyone. Even if you use a takedown, there's the risk, you run the risk of knocking out your targets. If you move a body after you've tranked them, you can still take them from an unconscious state into a dead state. So it really, really, I mean, it's very, very easy to screw that up, and there's almost no way to tell whether or not, there's literally no way to tell whether or not you killed someone or not. So the best way, the easiest way is to just don't touch any guards, don't kill any guards, don't go near any guards, just avoid them. And this guide is a great way to show you how to do that. I'll talk a little bit more about that in my next video. We're kind of approaching the end here. This first section is fairly simple. There's really not a lot to do. Just stay out of their line of sight, and just move on through. And once they've you notice that these guards have very predictable patterns. So once you memorize the pattern, just move away. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoy.